What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Animation Revaluation podcast. I am your host, Lizer, and with me, as always, is Jay. What's up, Jay?
Happy Friday.
And we have James. What's up, James?
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing, guys? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
TGIF. Oh, man. How was the week for everyone?
I think it was my week was pretty exciting, and it pretty much ends with the pretty big finale, to be honest.
Oh. You got laid?
I wish.
Oh. Never mind then.
Women are temporary. Gaming is eternal.
You know, I heard the same thing about style.
Uh-huh.
I heard that style was temporary, but motivation was forever. Is this true?
As a solid believer of that, yes.
Hey, Jess. Jess is in the chat.
Hello.
Hello.
How about you, James? How was your week?
I mean, same old. Just like work, a lot of work. Same old. Nothing. I mean, I did watch the anime in dub. I never watched it in dub before. It's a lot different, but I like it. It's a lot more casual watch.
I've only ever watched it in dub. Interesting.
It's a lot of it's like a little bit like differences, especially like nicknames for like certain characters.
Yeah.
Like the way, like it's a lot different. So I'm like, oh, okay. And it's like I feel like a lot of the dub actors, they kind of like, I don't know, like it brings a little. It's the way that they talk about it. It's like, I don't know. I think it like they make it more like Americanized, like the way like they would say certain things compared to like when you're like just reading like the sub.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I kind of like it. It made it seem like it was. I would say the dub made it even more of a fun watch.
Okay. So what he's talking about is this week's anime, which is Assassination Classroom. And how do I explain this? Well, I have read this manga start to end, and I've watched the first season twice, and I cannot bring myself to watch the second season of this show. Not that it's bad, I'm just not ready for it. So let me give a little rundown on what this show is. So, as you see here in this picture, there's like this octopus dude, and then like freaking guns and knives, and like there's a grenade here and there just scattered around. Everyone's aiming at him. You might be thinking, what the frick is going on here? What are they making, like freaking takoyaki or something? Like what? Why are they all after him like this? So what it is we have this man, this male, man. Do you want to call him a man?
Yeah.
All right, we have this man. He at the time that we meet him, he is unnamed. All we know is that he is some weird, powerful being that has apparently destroyed the fucking moon just because he wanted to. And the US government is like, hey, we need this guy dead. We haven't been able to do it. He's way too fast. He moves at like Mach 20. We can't kill him. Let's get these fucking kids to kill him. Because that makes perfect sense. So, I guess at some point they like speak to him and they have a meeting. And they're like, dude, do you want to be like a teacher in a school? And he's just like, yeah, bro, let's do this. So he becomes a sensei, an unkillable sensei, a Koro-sensei. Haha. Because
And then for those who didn't know, Koro in Japanese, I guess, is something like what's it called? Unkillable, right? Is that what you?
Koro-senai is like unkillable. So Koro-sensei, the unkillable teacher. So
I just learned Japanese today.
yeah, there you go. So James, you had a picture of like the class, right?
Yes. Let me put that in right now. Right here.
Yeah.
I really liked how everything came apart about everybody in the classroom.
Yeah, so here's a general overview. It's not the clearest picture, but just so you can see faces, because I'm not gonna go through every student on the roster, because that would take way too long, and not all of them are important. But
I actually disagree. I feel like at least like the way like it's because like I don't want like at least as a classroom it's like I think like especially like the way he teaches I think like everyone is pretty like I you know like you know like in the beginning you have like your main characters that like kind of stand out but I mean like for all the characters like I feel like they all get like their like redemption kind of arc
oh yeah,
kind of thing.
in terms of story, they're all important. But I'm saying in terms of me doing this damn podcast, I'm not going through
they're
every
not
fucking
important.
character.
You're not gonna go and tell everyone's life story and like I get you.
This character was born at the age of 15 without a face. Oh,
This one was 6'4".
yeah.
His favorite candy.
So here's just a general view so you can get a look at the faces. And I'll go through a few of them here. So starting with staff, obviously we have Koro-sensei, and he is based on what I've said already, you'd think he'd be sinister, but look at that face. He's smiling. He is super like wacky, quirky. He's always happy. He does his best to teach the kids and help them in any way they can. So as I said before, he has speed of Mach 20, so he can basically make like speed doubles of himself, and it's almost like he's in two places at once. Like to the normal human eye, it looks like he's in multiple places, but he's actually just moving super fast. So what he does is he'll go, like every student is sitting down at their desk, and he'll be teaching them individually things that they need to learn super fast. What is that? Oh, I'm chasing him.
He's scared for a second.
And at first, the kids are told like, "Hey, this is your new teacher. You have to kill him. You'll get what was it like 20 billion yen?"
It was 10 billion yen. So I think I remember we briefly discussed it, like the terms and ratio between Japanese and like U.S. dollars. I think since like 10 billion yen, that equates to like $1 million.
I think it's like 100 million because you take away the 2 zeros.
Yeah.
Or like
is that?
10?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't math.
It's a lot of money.
I can't math. That's two things.
It is a lot of money.
It's more than what you would know what to do with, honestly. So at first, all the kids are like, "Well, fuck having him as a teacher. We're gonna try to kill him." But as I said, he's way too fast, especially for these untrained children. Next up, we have Karasuma, and this guy is how do I explain this? If you ever played the Yakuza series, he's like a clean Kiryu Kazuma, who's also an assassin, so I guess he's not clean. Wait, Kiryu's never killed anyone, and this guy has.
Doesn't count.
Huh.
Then he can't be him.
I never played the series.
Oh, my friend, you need to. But this guy, he works for the government. He is an assassin. He's like very, very, very good at his job, which is why he's pretty much placed in charge of this whole operation of Koro-sensei being a teacher and all that. He helps train the students with PE. He teaches them like knife skills and just general like, where you would have normal PE, where you would have to do like the fitness gram pacer test is an aerobics capacity test, like that shit. He has his own thing that he does, and it's basically going to have them learn the basics and teach them all the skills that they need to be assassins. He's also a badass. I think he's a fabulous teacher. What? A little fast, but pretty cool. Who are you talking about, Jess? Karasuma or Koro-sensei? He's like really suave. He has like this deep voice. All the girls fucking soak for him. I don't know how else to explain it. He's just like a very cool, laid-back guy, and he'll just be having casual conversations with Koro-sensei and just pull out a knife and swing at him and then continue the conversation. And I really love that.
He's an assassin. I think they explained that he was an assassin, right?
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah.
Bro, you in the podcast with me and not listening to it? Like, I literally just said that.
No, I heard that you said he was a teacher and he was like a badass, and I just.
I was like, he's like a top assassin. He's like top of the top of the top, which is why he's put in class to take care of this guy. Jesus.
I just like it never occurred to me. Like I think even don't you say it, even like when I read the not read it, but like when I watched the anime, I was just like he at least like they never really like they address it, but like he doesn't really like act like the only he doesn't really like I never seen like him like actually like like he just occasionally swings at it, but then like he doesn't do more than that,
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like occasionally just talking, he'll swing at him and then continue talking. James,
Yeah,
I literally just said this.
I know, I'm sorry.
The ice cream was vanilla. Yeah, but did you tell them that the ice cream was vanilla?
It was vanilla flavored.
Oh, my bad.
My bad.
Anyway, then we have a couple of students that we should probably get into. There is another teacher, but I'll get into her later. So first and foremost, we have pretty much our main student character is young Nagisa. And Nagisa is, for some reason, wearing a different uniform from the other students. That really bugs me. I don't know why. I don't think it's ever explained. But I need to talk about that because it pisses me off. But what color is the hair?
I think it's blue.
Blue. Okay. I was gonna say purple. He has blue. He has this blue hair with like these two ponytails. And Jay, you said, "Oh, that looks like a girl."
Yeah.
And I was like, "No."
Yeah. See, the lead off on that tells me otherwise. So now, I'm very concerned. What the fuck was that?
Huh?
Is he holding a gun? What? Okay. Oh.
So I will reiterate, Nagisa is a boy. Nagisa is a boy. He just has very feminine looks, so they've dressed him up. It's part of his tragic backstory, TM. But Nagisa's your run-of-the-mill. One thing I should say about these students is that they're in something called E-class, and what that is the lowest of the low class that you can get into in this school. And not only are they treated as the lowest of the low, but they're like shunned for it, and it becomes like a status symbol. Where in a normal school, like I remember going to school and we would have like, say I was in the 7th grade, the top class would be 701 followed by 702, and 703 was usually like the special ed class. This is like, hey, we have 3A, they're the top of the top, and then however many others, and they're also treated as the top of the top. And then we have 3E, and those guys can go fuck themselves. They have to go up a mountain every day that has snakes and bears and bees and shit. They have no school lunch. They have no air conditioning, no amenities. They're lucky that they have running water. It's horrible. Their school building's falling apart in some places. It's really, really bad. And all these other students get to make fun of them. At one point they say that like on your transcript, as soon as it says that you're part of the E class, colleges will just no longer look at you. So it kind of just fucks you for life. So that's cool. So Nagisa's part of that. At the time of us watching the 5 episodes, and even a little beyond that, we don't know why he's part of that. So I'm not going to get into that. But every student has a reason as to why they end up in E class. But Nagisa is very much your run-of-the-mill, just average main character. Doesn't really stand out, and that actually works for the benefit of him. Because, and this is getting kind of into spoiler territory a little bit, just a little bit. Nagisa is so normal that people don't notice him. They don't notice his presence. And this is a show called Assassination Classroom. So that might help him out. You know? Anyway.
We do know, yeah.
It just kind of feels like I wouldn't say weird, but fitting, I guess, for the theme itself. So
Yeah, kind of like, it's like, oh, the main character has like a certain like key feature that makes him shine. Oh, it's assassination. Oh wait, the main character is good at not being noticed. Oh.
Next up we have Kaino, and she is do I want to say the female lead? She's the most prevalent female character, but I wouldn't really say she's a lead. She gets more important later on. I will say that. Not up to where we've watched, but definitely later on. And she is basically the first person we see Nagisa interact with at all. She's very friendly. Fucking high-pitched voice is kind of annoying sometimes. But she's not given any real character growth at the time of us watching this. The main thing we see is that she fucking gets kidnapped. That's funny. Wait, is that funny? No, that's fucked up. No, it's funny. it's funny.
I always thought like
both.
Which one?
Both.
Oh, okay. When I watched it, I didn't really feel like there wasn't really like. I feel like they didn't really like make like. Of course, there was like certain characters that kind of outshine like a bit more than the others, but like they didn't even that like they didn't like they would like apart from like the teachers and Koro-sensei, like no one like even like particularly like stood out like big main characters like they would do in other shows.
That has gotta be a world record for the amount of times I've heard like.
I'm sorry. I say like a lot. Like a lot.
I think this is just the episode I pick on you.
That sounds like it. It's fine. Perfectly fine.
So we go through a couple of episodes where it's just like this cast of kids and they're all attempting to, you know, assassinate their teacher, and they're all getting better grades and all this stuff. And then we find out there's a new kid coming in, and not necessarily new, but new to the classroom as we've seen it. He was on suspension for like beating the shit out of a kid. And that is Karma. Boom, baby. And Karma is introduced as this like reckless, wild badass that like he's a thug in the making. He fights everyone to get his way. And for that first episode that they show him, he's like the closest we've ever seen anyone coming to killing Koro-sensei. He has a very excellent like tactician's mind. He is not that character. As much as they try to portray him that way, he's not that guy. He's not that guy, pal. In fact, he's a fucking nerd, to be perfectly honest. He has a bit of a sadistic streak, I will say that. He is a bit of a bully, but he has the best grades out of everyone, even without Koro-sensei's help. And his best friend is Nagisa. So that should tell you something. If your best friend looks like that, you're not tough, bro. He can be tough though, as I said before when there was the kidnapping. he like fucked up a bunch of dudes at once before like getting his head bashed in, and then got up and started looking for them for more. So he can definitely be badass. But I think he's portrayed a certain way other than what he actually is. He has like that gap moe going on. Like some kind of reverse gap moe thing happening.
I always think he is pretty badass, but like he doesn't like do like what he like as people portray him to be. He finds more enjoyment of like picking at people's weaknesses.
I feel like you're saying like a lot on purpose now.
That's how I talk, man. I didn't even notice that I'm saying it a lot, and you're like, you have a make a counter. I was like, okay, like how many times? Like, can you say it 100 times?
And then the last character that I want to bring up is the final teacher, who is Irina Jelovich. Boom. And yeah, that's Russian. And she is this like blonde-haired, buxom beauty who comes in, and she meets Koro-sensei on the street, like at a store. There's like some guys hassling her, and he helps her out. And she's like, "Oh, what a big strong man. Oh, do you think you could help me get back to the school I'm supposed to start working at today?" He's like, "Well, that just happens to be my school, lovely. I'll take you there." And she's like all up his ass and like feeding him pheromones. And it turns out that she's actually also an assassin that's been hired to off him. And she's kind of like a Black Widow character where she tries to use her feminine wiles and sexuality to draw men in, and you know, she does the deed and then she does the deed, you know? And
yes.
I can honestly say she's probably the most likely to assassinate me. I'm not gonna elaborate on that. But yeah. Just saying, like, if I ever became like a rich, evil, like, dude, that's the kind of assassin that'll get me.
Yeah.
Bro, this was literally the last thing we saw when we watched. It was literally the last thing we saw when we watched. But Koro-sensei, he like feeds into it, or so we think, but he actually knows the whole time that she is like trying to play him. So it doesn't work. She's supposed to be the English teacher for the kids, and instead she's just like, I'm gonna focus on trying to kill him. I don't give a shit about you guys. I just want to collect my money and get out of here. And she's just generally a bitch, which is why the kids decide, hey, she's a bitch. Bitch sensei. Irina, what was her name? Irina Jelovich is now Irina Jelovich bitch, and she hates that, and they keep doing it. And eventually she gets her, you know, whole redemption thing where she's like, okay, I'll teach you guys English and like do these phrases and stuff, and you know, I'll be a good teacher to you. I'm sorry. And they're like, okay, no problem. We accept it. We're happy to have you, Miss Yellow Bitch. She's like, can you stop with the bitch? It's like, no. That's not going away.
Stays.
Yeah, the bitch stays. We're sorry. It's not gonna happen. And literally for the rest of the series, she is Professor Bitch, Bitch Sensei, depending on sub or dub. Yeah. That's her. And that about does it for character stuff. Anything you guys want to say about what you saw?
Well, I don't even know where to start, to be honest.
Probably from the beginning.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Oh.
I mean, I found a few things like what was it? Let me. Or I noticed like I was like a randomest thing. It was like in the beginning on the first episode. I think like what was her name? The girl with the green hair. The one we mentioned earlier.
Kaino.
Yeah, she talks. I guess her and Nagisa are in the same class.
Well, they're all the same.
Were they on this? No, or were they in the same class? Oh no, I think yeah. My bad. You're right. But she looks outside and she was like, oh look, the moon. It's like you could see it, and it's like in the daytime, and like she kind of like thought I was like that was really cool to see. I'm like, it's like, is it that cool to see? I mean, like, is that pretty normal to see the moon in the day? But like, I'm pretty sure she was just bringing attention because the moon was blown up, and it's like, oh, it's a it's an actual crescent moon, even though it's a permanent
Yeah,
crescent
it's
moon.
a permanent crescent moon. When's the next full moon, guys? Never.
We don't do that here.
Yeah, we don't do that here. We were watching Jay, and I was like, "What is this, Ruby?" At least we get our answer as to why we had the answer of why the moon got blown up on episode 1.
Yeah,
We didn't get the answer for that
cool.
in Ruby until like season 8. Man, fuck that show.
Or like the episode when like Karma is like in it, and he's like they show him like how badass he is because he was like the first student to like actually like hurt Koro-sensei and all that, and then like pretty much he jumps off a cliff to just like prove a point and to try to like to try to kill him. And I always thought that was kind of funny because I was like he tries to like commit suicide by jumping. But I don't know, it was just kind of I was like damn, that's like pretty crazy.
We should probably also state normal weapons don't work on Koro-sensei. They have these special, like, I don't even know what they are, like foam bullets. I don't know, that can do no harm to normal people. Maybe you could poke your eye out with one, but that's about it. But they will like absolutely make him explode upon contact. Like he sees him holding a gun, and he just like shot it into his hand, and his hand just exploded.
They're anti-Kuro BBs.
Yeah, and they have knives too. I mean, it does get explained later on, but not in season 1, I think.
That'd be cool to have. I was like, it's all like having only something that can only affect one certain individual. It's like, see, it's nothing. Let me squirt you something, but like you squirted somebody else, they're like screaming in agony.
Yeah, they're like BB pellets basically, and they shoot out of the gun, do massive damage to him and no one else. But again, he's way too fast. I also want to say, he's not always this yellow blob of joy, because his face changes based on his mood. So here he is when he's angry. That's him when he angry. I don't like it. I don't like it. I can tell you that much. I do not. Not a fan. Oh yeah, here we go. The explanations, normal. I don't know what Namatero is. When you've got a question wrong or you made a mistake, he gets the X. Right is the circle. Sad, he's like crying from his eye hole things. Shocked, I don't know what Nemui is. Angry is, wait, there's 2 angry. When he's slightly angry, like,
if you're going based on the anime, the striped one means that he's confident. So like no matter what you do, like he feels confident in this, like his power and everything. And then the pink just means like he's just blushing, like the very like human, like he turned pink. And I think oh shit, the one that with the hair, that's just his human disguise.
yeah. And then we have the octopus sand trap.
Yeah. He really likes into the whole octopus thing. Like he really likes like octopi or octopi.
Yeah, octopussy.
Octopusy.
There's an episode where he tries poison. That one of the students is like, "Hey, I'm not confident in my abilities to actually kill you physically, so I made a poison. Do you mind drinking it?" He's like, "All right." So the poison he drinks changes his form a little bit, so he becomes Sonic the Hedgehog, and then he drinks another one and he becomes a Sonic Chow, and then he goes back to being normal, and then like a liquid stage, like he's gooey liquidy.
That's the new stage listed on the in the picture.
Yeah.
That's and I really like the blank one. It's like, oh man, it's an even stronger poison, but like it makes him like boring, like white. It's like no reaction, nothing special.
Now, Jay, you've had no history with this series before, right?
No, not at all.
Except for like that one clip you saw.
That one, yeah.
And
Besides that one specific clip that doesn't, I don't think it doesn't happen in this season, does it?
No,
Oh,
that's literally
Yeah.
final episode.
really?
Yeah, you watched the final episode clip.
That's actually kind of funny.
So,
Yeah.
having watched that clip, you were kind of hesitant when I brought this up. What are your thoughts now? Watching like 9 episodes?
Yeah, I still like it. I mean, I just wasn't like, cause without context, I guess I was just not like, why is everyone kind of sad?
Yeah, because you watch the ending, so it's just like, of course, it's gonna be sad because like right now, like they're trying to get attached to him. I mean, like he's just a teacher, and then like they're treating him as rejects, and pretty much they start get like they're getting like more and more attached to him because like this is actually like he become like he's still learning, as you see from the beginning, where he's still like he has no practice being a good teacher. He's only has expert of being an assassin, but like how we were saying like on that poison episode or another episode after that, where it's just like, you know what, like assassination is just more than just trying to kill somebody. Sometimes it's just like you gotta like I think he says, I think his quote is, don't put all your eggs in the same basket. It's just more like if you're good at one thing, don't just focus on that. Kind of like be good at a lot of things, I guess. So it's just more like that's the whole point. It's just more like he becomes like a better teacher, and then everybody just like gets attached to him. But at the same time, it's got to be over in a year. That's like that doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's just it doesn't like that's what the whole point is.
Pretty much. And James, you had context of this. You had seen this already, right?
Yes, I never watched the dub, so like it's almost like watching it like almost anew, because like I remember like most of like the key plots about it, especially with characters, but a lot of like the little details like I liked knowing again. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like I kind of forget like how like each student like was, and how like socially awkward the girl with the poison that you were saying.
Yeah.
Like I kind of totally forgot about her. Like I knew she was good at math and science, but I forgot like she had problem with like communicating and all that. And then like I just remembered like she like everybody gets like everybody has like a certain problem, like you were saying. Like they have a reason for being there, and then just Koro-sensei like tackles every single one.
Yeah.
And that's, so I don't remember exactly in detail and how he does it, but I just know that like throughout the season he does. And
Yeah,
then all the students like they like and appreciate that, because like they're always treated like nobodies, and like this guy this blob or whatever he is, he is the only only thing that is actually like being there for them. It's like to them that's like, well, like they appreciate that, they like that, that's literally like all they wanted. That's all they want,
Yeah.
to be like noticed and like just be treated like everybody else.
Yeah.
That's why, like, when Yellow Bitch was like, I don't know if that, but like Bitch Sensei was like treating like saying all this like shit like everybody else would say. They're like, you know what, like we don't need you here. Like, just get the fuck out. Like, like just like we don't need you. It's we don't need this negativity. We get it every day. Like we don't need more of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it is a good watch. Yeah, I mean, like if you thought the ending was sad, I was like, well, yeah, it's sad because like like you spend like all this time like getting attached to all these characters.
I don't know what you mean. That we there's no ending. But I don't know what you're talking about.
It never ends.
We only know about 5 episodes, so don't worry about it. There is no ending.
There is no ending.
That's not our jurisdiction.
It's after 5 episodes. You don't know. I don't know what happens.
That's not our jurisdiction. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So Jay, what's up, man?
Like, what do you mean?
Waiting on some more input from you.
Jay be chilling.
Yeah, I'm just kind of
vibing,
soaking it all in.
Oh, did you guys? I don't know if you talked about it. The is it the school's mascot? The little.
What the?
The little peanut. Or I don't even know if they say what he was.
It's like an acorn.
Yeah. And now he's like pretty much. I think that was like the mascot they used to kind of enforce like the school's motto and like and all that.
Mm.
I don't know if that was within the 5 episodes. I
Yeah,
feel
it
like
was.
It was.
Okay.
Now, if we want to do ratings, out of 10, what would you guys give this?
Kind of tough, I'll be honest.
It depends. What do you like? What do you like? It. I mean, just like overall, an overall rating. Or...
You and I can do overall. Obviously, Jay can't. So you and I will do overall and just based on the first 5. But let's let him go first.
Yeah.
I give this an 8. I really enjoy it. I'm really enjoying it so far. And I just like the atmosphere, even though I don't like how the E-class is treated, but it's looking good so far. Like I haven't been disappointed yet.
Okay. So that's actually a pretty good score.
I concur with the statement.
And that's your score for the first 5?
Yeah. That's pretty good.
No, I'm saying you, James, because you said you concur.
Oh yes. I as the whole thing and the 5, I give it an 8. The only reason it's not like a 10, at least like for me, like it's like it never had like a spark where it's just like that really like hooks you like some other animes would, like kind of like something like an attention grabber kind of thing. But it is like a fun watch. Like it is like it's not like a super sad anime too, like other ones that would like that actually like tear a piece of your soul or like like makes you want to like cry in a corner or whatever. It's not like that. It's just it's just a regular fun watch. I mean I agree with my Jay. 8.
All right. So if I had to rate just the first 5, I would also give it an 8. The whole of season 1, I'd probably keep it as an 8. Obviously, I haven't seen season 2, but if I was to rate the manga, easy 10. And if season 2 follows all the main plot points of the manga, it would be a 10 for me. The things you find out about like Koro-sensei's past, new characters that are introduced, and like reasonings behind certain things happening, and just like the characters that we already have, the development that you start to get over them, amazing. Like Jay, from us watching, like I said, the very last thing we saw was bitch sensei like trying to flirt with Mr. Badass.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the first time you get to see that happen. I think it might have happened one other time where she tries to flirt with him, but it becomes a much more prevalent thing over time, and she just develops like a huge crush on him. So to see them develop that is something that happens that I really enjoyed. And then of course, like I said, the backstory of Koro-sensei and why he is this octopus creature, because he wasn't always that. And the reasoning behind the whole moon exploding thing and why the earth is gonna explode and everything, like, it's mind-blowing to me how it felt like in a matter of just a few chapters it went from like happy-go-lucky to like big stakes, and we're on a time limit now. And it just like really gripped me when I was reading it, and I sped through that manga so quick.
Definitely by like character development and like plot and everything, at least like in those specifications you're talking about, it is a 10. It does do a good job on like showing like every certain person, every character, every student, every teacher's like background.
Oh yeah.
And it's just because all of it's important to like the overall theme, because like you need to like show everybody's like character growth in this 1 year and see how they all change and how it like ends up like meaning like all these like adding up all together to the end.
Yeah, and then
So it does a good job on that.
and then freaking finding out about Nagisa and his past and like his family life, and seeing like where he's heading in the future. Fucking chef's kiss. Amazing. Love it.
Oh yeah.
But this whole conversation is going right over my head.
Yeah, it is more than a 5-episode podcast. It's not. It's
Stay
only
tuned
a
for the
5
after show.
It's too big brain.
No, we'll cut it off there. We're not like, I just want to say like some things that you can look forward to. That's why I didn't go into like details, just some general ideas.
I respect that.
It doesn't help that like it's a good anime that me and Lizer both like. It's just that it's that good. That's why we keep talking about it more, because it's like even after the first 5 episodes, it's like you just want to keep watching and watching.
Yeah.
It's like it's just the fun. Like even if like you don't remember much of it, it's not something you'd be like, oh man, I hate it. Like what the fuck did I watch?
Yeah, definitely not. But that about wraps it up for Assassination Classroom. I implore anyone that wants to check it out to check it out. I like it a lot. It seems like these guys liked it a lot too. So we got 8 out of 10s. So please check it out. Even if it's just the first 5, get a little taste of it.
Dude, the old college try.
Yeah. But other than that, we have to announce what we're watching next week. So take it away, my friend.
I'm excited.
All right. So, what we have for next week is
Onichichi, let's go.
it's not Onichichi.
God,
Stop
fuck,
it.
I hate doing this podcast. I fucking hate it here. This is a prison.
It's called Vivid Fluorite Eyes Song. And
What the
it's
fuck?
okay. hold
Can I
on.
get a picture?
Yeah, hold on.
Can I get a
I have it
spelling?
Yeah, I'll type it out too.
Can I
Like,
get a
what is that?
translation?
I'm just kind of doing.
That guy just spoke German to me.
I might have. I'm sorry.
I was like, you just insulted my grandmama.
My ancestors.
And
How
I'm
dare
gonna
you.
spell it in a second. But the spelling's there actually.
Vivi. Sounds like Vivi. Looks like Vivi.
Yeah, it's like Vivi.
Vivi Fluorite Eyes Song.
Yeah.
I feel like that's separate things, like Vivi space Fluorite Eyes Song.
Eyes song. Yeah.
I think it's Vivi. Fluorite Eye Song.
Yeah.
I apologize. It's a little scuffed.
That's
Oh,
all
no,
good,
you're
bro.
good. Is there any
Uh,
like context?
so
I
this is-
don't know. I know it's pretty new.
Wait.
but-
Wait. Before he gives context, I'm going to take a guess as to what this is.
Oh, me too.
This is Weiss Schnee if she was in Nier Automata.
That's funny.
I'll
I'm
be
go-
honest.
I'm gonna say I'm right.
I
I'll
think
be-
it's just more of a. I just from the look of it, I don't know what it's like. I feel like I'm getting some kind of like singing like idol kind of thing.
Bro, I could do
I
the
don't
same
really
poses, sir.
I don't really know. It's like something like that. I don't know because I see like some glowing bulbs. Like I don't like I can't.
So,
There's not much context in the
so
in the.
the first line of the synopsis is when highly evolved AIs set out to eradicate mankind, the carnage that ensues fills the air with the stench of fresh blood and burning bodies.
Oh, so
In
I
a
was right.
desperate bid to prevent the calamity from ever occurring, a scientist bets everything on a remnant from the past.
So I was right.
I
This
think
is
so.
this is what I said mixed with freaking Final Fantasy spirits within.
Oh,
All right.
man.
I anticipate watching it. It looks pretty interesting. I like the thighs.
I know nothing about this. A friend like he was like, "Hey, this you might like it." So I was like, "I'll share."
All right. Well, maybe it might be a sleeper hit on us. Like,
It might not. We'll find out because I'm completely blind to this as well.
I mean, if it's not, that's fine because I've been in the mood to just absolutely shit on something on the podcast. Because every time we've had something that's been like, we try to be nice, but I'm gonna try to like just shit on the next thing that's bad.
Gotcha.
Or we could find one that we know that you like everybody thinks is bad, but I don't even know what that would be.
I don't know. We kind of did that with School Days, and it took a very dark turn.
Boku no Pico.
Oh,
Oh, not that I never seen that
oh,
because everybody shits on it. So like, if we watch it, I
I
never,
was never watching that.
I wasn't planning on watching it
Bro,
ever.
they remastered it. You gotta give it a chance.
Oh no! Oh no! Why?
Master my ass.
Yeah, that's the point of the whole anime.
Oh my god!
Remastering asses.
Oh god!
Uh,
If you guys ever play that, I'll quit. I'll be like, bye.
I'll quit being a guest star.
I'll quit being a guest.
Alright, well, look forward to us talking about that next week.
Is it-
Anything you guys want to say before going?
Happy Friday. And then
Happy
have a blessed
Friday!
weekend.
Go to your local TGIF and buy some nice Jack Daniel wings, and then get a side of Jack Daniel sauce. Trust me, they'll be pretty good.
Before we go, I wanna inform the people of some things that I learned today. Number one is hand tracking can be really scuffed. Number two, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
So,
And number three, Jay almost pissed himself playing Metroid Dread.
why do you get? Why?
So tune into his streams for that. Jay Senpai 17, right
I
here on
thought he did
Switch.
very good killing that one boss with
Oh
the
my
bulb.
God.
With the bulb.
See you guys.
Uh,
Bye.
bye bye.
Bye. Bye.